It is immovable, but not rigid. On the one hand, you realize that this thing is actually empty, which is the greatest joy. And even if thoughts can flow in it, they are floating in space, like some meteorites and and satellites, just like we see in space. There is something that is moving. The space is not disturbed, right, by such movements. So then there is immovability, because you realize that the mind is silent. The mind that is silence at its core is formless. It doesn't have shape. It doesn't have boundaries. It is just space. But it is not rigid. You see, because the mind becomes rigid when it needs to be in some fixed position and hold itself. This is what happens to us, by the way, when we try all those observation and witnessing practices, that sometimes we try to not breathe. You see, we enter meditation, we try to hold our breath, not to feel anything, and to watch thoughts from the distance, and so on and so on. We try to become silence while we are already silence, you see. Silence is the most effortless act. It is basically stop acting. Because this watching is already here. You are already watching, right? You are awake, attentive. If without reaction, that's it. The silence immediately permeates the brain, the mind, the eyes. But it is also not rigid, because silence can take the form of anything. You see? Because it doesn't have a form, it can take any form. It is fluid. It just takes a shape, then it returns to a shapeless state. This is how we can be active in life as silence. Silence can act. It becomes one with the action. Then it returns to itself as if nothing happened. So I'm saying that because just like space can contain everything and is undisturbed, it doesn't become limited because a meteorite is moving in it. But it holds the meteorite easily. And I'm talking about you. You see? I'm not talking about something. It's very important to understand.